The next speaker is somebody I so much cherish. She's energetic.
Please join us in welcoming our next distinguished speaker,
Introduction starts right now.
Adeniyi, known fondly as Ronkeposh. With an academic background in biochemistry and business administration, Ronkeposh's vibrant and multifaceted career spans the banking, education, and children's entertainment sectors. She is the esteemed owner of Le Poche School in Ikoyi, Lagos, and the innovative mind behind Posh Party Packs, a thriving children's entertainment company. Beyond her entrepreneurial ventures, Ronkeposh's profound dedication to parenting and child protection shines through her work as a certified parenting practitioner and family life therapist. Her passion for nurturing wholesome children is reflected in her initiatives like Parent Right and the parenting Facebook community, Parent Right, where she offers invaluable coaching and support. Ronkeposh will be delving into the topic Philosophy and Efficiency of Practice at START2024. Her rich expertise and personal journey promise to provide deep insights and practical strategies for educators and parents alike. Don't miss the opportunity to be inspired by her energetic approach and practical wisdom. Join us for what promises to be an engaging and enlightening session.
Thank you very much. Have you on mute?
Okay.
Thank you.
So, good morning, everyone. Can you see my screen, Eben? Okay, I just needed to confirm that you can see my screen. So good day, everyone, and thank you for the invitation. Eben, congratulations on yet another START program. I've been there every year since inception, and I'm very proud to be affiliated. So well done with all you do with the Nigerian educators. The topic we have today is very apt, something we should be talking about, something we should be embracing. And as we've watched in the video, and as you've also alluded to, the fear of AI is there. We used to call it the fear of technology, but now we know that it is actually the fear of AI that we see around now. People have embraced technology to a significant extent. When we had the COVID-19, there were many tools that were being shared. A lot of people had never heard about simple things like Zoom and Google Meet. But now we are seeing it all around. We are seeing that people are embracing technology these days. But we're moving on. Even the Zoom now has an artificial assistant now on Zoom. A couple of weeks ago, or whenever it was, I logged into Zoom and I saw Zoom AI, and I'm like, which one is on again? You know, there's always something that is evolving when it comes to AI. And this is how we should picture ourselves and see ourselves as educators. We must be willing to change. We must be willing to grow. So when Eben gave me this topic, he said the philosophy and efficiency of practice when it comes to artificial intelligence. I'm like, what's all this big grammar that Eben has given me to talk about? But I'll try to explain it. I always say that if you can't explain something to a 5-year-old, then you don't understand the topic at all.
And John
so I
decided
said,
to
okay,
watch
let me go
the
down to
latest movie
basics and try to
recommended by
explain it
Netflix
as
at a
simplistic as possible.
Before
So
heading
essentially
out,
what
he
I was
asked
talking
Siri
about
the
today,
weather and realized
what
it
does
would
it
rain.
even mean? This big
So he
topic that,
decided to take his
Eben had
Tesla
given me.
with a long
We're
journey.
talking about big ideas when it comes to artificial intelligence. I know people don't have a lot of clarity about artificial intelligence, but by the time we go through this, and by the time the likes of Jude Ashiedu begin to talk, you'd realize that a lot of us are already embracing and even using AI to significant extent. We just don't know that it's AI that we are embracing. Let me start my stop clock. What are your beliefs about artificial intelligence? What are your beliefs about artificial intelligence? Why do we use AI? Why is it important? Those are the things that I'll be talking about. How do we use it fairly? You know, you can give artificial intelligence to a student in secondary school or university, and they can cheat their way through it. How do you use it fairly? What's all this a lot of equality me to talk about. How do you use it ethically? How can AI be a friend and not a threat? a lot of people are afraid of AI. And as Mr. Rotimi Itayo said, there's nothing we're going to talk about today. Even if we spend 24 hours talking about AI, it will only be a drop in the ocean when it comes to the things that are to be known about AI. It is so vast, it is so dynamic, it is huge, it is large. There is so much to know. But why are we trying to know everything? Let's start from where we are. I can remember again during the COVID-19, people were always looking for tools. I know some people are here. What they want to hear today are the tools that they're going to use. Which tool will I use in the classroom? Which tool will I use in my office? Which tool? It is not about tools. Everybody will have what they like. If you remember COVID, there were so many. Oh, there's Seesaw, there's this one, there's that one. And some people had so many trainings, so many tools. At the end of the day, how many tools did you use? Just a few tools that were embraced. So you might be able to download one app here, you might be able to download one software here that has to do with artificial intelligence, but at the end of the day, you just have to embrace the ones that you love and the ones that are going to add significant value to your life. Someone like me now, I think I use ChatGPT more than I use Google. I use ChatGPT every single day. I don't use Google every day. There's no day that goes by I don't do that. There's a job that I'm doing that requires me to use ChatGPT. It's on my phone. There's a shortcut to it. I need it. So we're going to be talking about all that today. So when we talk about philosophical underpinnings, again, breaking it down, how can we use it fairly and equally, as I've already said? How can we use it ethically? How can we use it to enhance the learning in the classroom or in our office if we're administrators, consultants, or we belong to any other area of the education value chain? How do we make things easier? How do we collaborate and partner with one another using artificial intelligence to improve our processes in our schools? I'll talk about AI and a poverty mindset. I'll start from there because when I talk about technology, which I used to talk about a lot, when I talk about technology, the first thing people are going to say is that, oh, I live in a poor area. I live in a poor area. What are we going to do about it? We live in a poor area. We live in Nigeria in itself, when it comes to artificial intelligence, is poor. So even if you think the Abujas, the Lagos are the ones that are hot right now, whatever it is that we're implementing in our schools is nothing compared to what you will see in some schools or even in some libraries. I can remember going to a library in Egypt, and this was in 2020, just before it was in March, the month of the COVID pandemic. And I was blown away by the amount of the level at which they were at when it came to technology. I was completely blown away. And that was 2020. I can't even imagine what they are doing now. So that is to say that even if you think that they're doing something in Lagos, or they're doing something in Abuja or Port Harcourt, and you're saying, oh, I'm in Egbedan, how will I do it? I'm in Zamfara, how will I do it? You can only limit yourself by your mind. Money is not a limitation. Because the people that are doing it in Lagos is not because of money. It's because they want to do it. It is said that if something is important to you, you will do it. But if it's not important to you, you will find every excuse in the world not to do it. And that is why I say that poverty is not a state of the pocket, but a state of the mind. And I'm going somewhere with this conversation. Why am I talking about poverty mindset when we're talking about artificial intelligence? Because artificial intelligence is going to be moving rapidly. You will have to keep on learning. You have to be a lifelong learner as an educator. You can't stop. So you can't stop with your apps. You can't stop with because those apps, some of them, say for example, if you're on ChatGPT, the free open source one, there are those people that would pay for it because they need it to do more sophisticated things for them than the basics. So instead of you to say, oh, how am I going to do what Eben is doing? Why don't you start with the open source, the free version of many of those apps? Why don't you start with that? So when we talk, I will give some examples of some of the ways that we're already using AI already. So what I will need you to do, number one, quit excuses when it comes to this AI. Be willing to learn. Be ready to learn. Absorb as much as you can. Keep on learning. Don't stop learning. Like even said, he watches a lot of videos. That's part of the reason why we get on a lot. I don't know who even watches more videos, whether it's him, whether it's me. If I'm not watching a video, I'm listening to something on Headway, I'm listening to something on YouTube. I'm always listening to something to expand my mind. And that is the way that an educator needs to expand their mind. I can't get tired of learning. Now, you would have beliefs, and you would have beliefs about dress code. A teacher should not wear trousers. A teacher should not do this. Some of those beliefs are limiting you already when it comes to artificial intelligence, because when you're focusing on those things, other schools that you're competing with around the world, it's not even on their list of worries. It's not on their list of worries. So I won't say it's the list of their worries. It's not on their list of worries. So when you're wondering yourself about what a teacher looks like, whether their braid is long or is not long, somebody's already thinking about how they're going to use artificial intelligence to change the world in terms of cybersecurity and all sorts of things. But we are here in Nigeria talking about religion and culture and tribe and politics and blaming the government for everything. We need to take charge. We should stop the blame culture. My father, my mother, I was born in a poor home, I was this, I was that. There are people that were born in poor homes and are doing well today. So we must not use excuses. We must prioritize AI. It's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. Even if you decide to leave the educational sector, all sectors must embrace AI. It is important. This morning, I've been at my teachers, I've seen one or two online already, telling them that you must be in this conference. You must be in this. It is important. Yes, we just resume and we have other things to talk about, but you must be, because we have to embrace AI. And when you gather in a conference like this, you expand your mind. You are with people of like minds and you expand your minds. You also must deal with inner demons. Yesterday, someone was going on about Ronkeposh saying her school is the best. Those are irrelevant things. They are not important. If I say I'm the best, I am the best. If you say you are the best, you are also the best. There's room for all of us. So we must not allow for envy. We must not allow for jealousy. These are not important things when it comes to technology and artificial intelligence, not to talk of AGI that we have also mentioned today. Now, there's so many facts that I will talk about. AI is here to stay and it's important. I've already mentioned that. So many people have mentioned that today in one capacity or the other. It will continually redefine the role of educators. And many educators feel threatened by AI. Or is it going to take up my work? Is it going to take up my job? Am I going to be mundane? Am I going to be just there, not having anything of value to do as an educator? We'll get there. So AI, you should know, is a supplementary tool. It is not a replacement for any teacher. It's an assistant. It should be your buddy. It should be your friend. It should be something that helps you do your work better. Now, I know that there are schools that are carrying hard-covered notebooks right now, carrying hard to write lesson plan. You write it with pen and paper, writing lesson plan, submit it for somebody to use Red Bible to check it. In 2024, yeah? That's a no-no. People are even intimidated. They don't even feel, they can't even share lesson plans. Lesson plans are available online, free of charge. Because people and educators that are forward thinking, that have moved on, realize that lesson plan is the least of our worries. We just want to get these children to a significant level that they will drive the world forward. But we are bothering about, don't see my lesson plan, don't see the one I used last time, I cannot share my lesson. There are schools that they have a database of lesson plans, just pick the one you want to use and then tweak it if you need to tweak it. So you should know that these things, like ChatGPT, for example, is an assistant. It will help you to make your work simpler. If you want to do quizzes with the children in your classroom, it will help you. If you want to do the prompt engineering that has been talked about already to a small extent, then you can do it. It will help to streamline administrative tasks. I know I saw on YouTube somebody saying, how can I use AI to generate newsletters? Now, you must understand prompt engineering because it can give you a new newsletter, but it will be generic. I mean, somebody has written me, more than one person has written me before using ChatGPT, and I knew that they use ChatGPT because these things are robots. They are not going to have the human feel to it. So you can tell when people use automation for captions in their social media posts, in their newsletters and things like that. So for that person that was asking about newsletters, what happened in your class? You must also be able to think critically and say, what has happened in my school? What has happened in my class? Write a newsletter like you would normally write it. Put it in ChatGPT and tell it that I need you to do this. This is how I speak. This is my tone. This is the emotion I want in this letter. And I need you to communicate to the parents. This is how we speak to our parents. You must instruct it. Once you've given it its instruction, it will give you options. When you get that option, you can still edit it. Because it's a robot, it is not going to give you everything correct. You can even tell the AI that 2 times 4 is 8. And it will tell you 8, and you say it's not 8, and it will say, oh, sorry. So how do you check to know whether it even knows what it is saying? So you cannot be totally dependent on technology or artificial intelligence, even though it is an assistant and is here to make our lives better. AI, Alexa, Bixby, all those things, they make our life better. There are fridges that will tell you when the milk is low. It will tell you when you need more water or more supplies, more ham in your fridge. But we are here talking about somebody calling their school the best, somebody, a teacher that is the hair is long or it's not longer. I'm not saying we should go gaga in our classroom and start looking like irresponsible people, but we must know that there's some things that should not even be conversations anymore in our schools. AI does not have empathy. It doesn't have empathy. It cannot feel sorry for a child. It cannot have that human. It doesn't have intuition. It doesn't have that gut feeling to say this child is still struggling with this. It can only do it based on the grades. It can't tell you that this child had a hard day and mommy and daddy shouted at him or beat him or her at home. It can't have that human feel. It can be creative, but not as creative as you can be. You can even put your own creativity to it and make it better. So you're not overshadowed by automation. No, don't be afraid. It is here to optimize, and that's what one of my teachers said, to enhance your learning. Thank you for that, Catherine. Makes me know that you're here. You want me to know that you're here? You're a good girl. So we have challenges when it comes to AI. So we have limited understanding of AI. As I'm here now, I love technology, I love learning, I love growing, but what I know, like I said, it is limited. I'm not going to come here and tell you I'm an AI expert. In fact, I don't even know anybody that will say that AI, even Elon Musk will not come and tell you that he's AI expert, because this thing is so diverse. There are so many unique hotspots. There's so many things that we are doing, and nobody can be a master of it all. There's so many things. The other day, my daughter and daddy was telling me that the way that ChatGPT does its codes and stuff like that, that she's even wondering, does anybody even need to learn how to code again? But you still need to learn how to code. So another teacher is telling me now, okay, she's on WhatsApp. Yeah, it's a supplementary tool. Yeah, okay. So we must not resist the change. Do not resist change when it comes to artificial intelligence. Embrace it. Just keep learning. Just keep learning. Go to all these kind of meetings. At the start of the year, I love START. Even though the acronyms has something more complicated meaning, I love the START as START. Start the year with personal development. Start the year with professional development. Start right. Start. I know all of us, we want to start in church. We want to start. It is good. There's a place for that. But when it comes to your career, you must also start and act well. And one of the ways you can do that is by being in conferences like this. There are data privacy concerns when it comes to artificial intelligence. Some people, that data will just be there, out there. They even sell data. Many of the times when you go on all these websites and they say they will give you a free ebook, they will give you a free, you put your name, your address, you put your information there, and they will sell it. They will sell it. Before you know happening, you'll be getting information about other things. So somebody was talking about AI and marketing. We can use AI on Facebook and target your school, target Ikoyi. For example, if you want to get parents in Ikoyi and you're in Lepo school, you can do what is called targeting and retargeting. So you find that if you are talking about, maybe you're talking about the best school in Ikoyi, for example, and you're thinking about it, say, I want to put my child in a school. Oh, and then you're talking about it. There's I can't remember, to come to me. But this technology is listening to you. It will still come to me. So if somebody remembers it, you just pop it there. And sometimes you will be thinking it, or you will have said it, and before you know happening, you start getting advert of schools, or some of you, it will be an advert of handbag or Brazilian hair. That will just keep on. That is the algorithm. It has listened to you, it knows. Even sometimes you are feeling sad. Before you know happening, you just see one website that is telling you about mindfulness or something, because it continues. So Gina Prince, I'm on transit and network really troubling. Hope it's recorded to be okay. I guess it will be recorded. Access to technology, training and professional development. We'll talk about it. Ethical consideration. Is it right? Is it not right? What are you using the tools to do? Whatever you're using the tools to do must be ethical. So you must balance AI and human-centric approaches. You must balance AI and know that you are a human being and you're dealing with human beings. You can't just treat everybody like a robot. It's not right and it's not fair. Now, there are cost-effective solutions for implementing AI. So when we're talking about people say, oh, I live in poor area, people there, at the end of the day, we are all in this poor area. And when you talk about artificial intelligence, generally, globally, when you talk about countries like China, Finland, Singapore, even the United States, places like that, you will know that there's nothing that we're doing here that is that impressive when it comes to AI. So don't use excuses that, oh, money, oh, I'm not in Lagos, or geographical barriers and stuff like that. I've said open source. There are many open source tools. Now, I've put some tools here that you might not have heard of. Some of them I've not even used them myself. But I'm putting them there to let you know that ChatGPT is not the only thing that is AI. Again, ChatGPT is not the only thing that is AI. Some of these tools are here, and you might even prefer them to ChatGPT when you begin to explore the use of these tools. So they're there. So they're open source AI tools. They're free tools that you can use. You can partner with other companies. You can partner with companies like Oracle, Microsoft, and things like that. Microsoft is open. You can partner with those people when it comes to AI, and they can help you in your school in one capacity or the other. There's online learning platform like even this one. There's Khan Academy, there's Coursera, there's Udemy. I know Coursera and Udemy are significantly using AI a lot now. Sometimes you will buy an online course, and then before you know what's happening, it is telling you to come and buy another one that is similar to it, that will maybe level 2, or maybe another thing that is similar to that course. That alone is targeting, that alone is retargeting. It's telling you that this is one thing that will be interesting to you. They use it a lot on social media. They use it a lot on Amazon, for example. You just keep on getting the same ads coming to you. Now, you have mobile applications for AI-driven education like Duolingo. People are learning languages on there. You can learn German. You can learn Japanese. You can learn all sorts of things when it comes to language. Even ChatGPT, you can use it in your own language. So you can use it for Yoruba lesson. You can use it for anything. Don't think as if it's only English that you can use it for. Community learning centers with shared AI resources like local libraries, that 1 or 2 libraries that will have technology. Because some people will say, oh, we don't have. So carry your children to a library. What do they call that thing? Office cafe or something center. You know, we used to have all those things. They still exist in some areas. Take your children there if you don't have access to technology and let them use it there. The government initiatives for AI integration, I know the government are doing their own, at least in Lagos State, in one way or the other, where people can get access to technology. Local training and capacity building program, workshops, training sessions for teachers on AI integration. This is one of them that, albeit it's a private one, that Eben has put together. You can also put something together. Eben is not the owner of the space. Nobody is the owner of any space. So when it comes, right now, I'll tell you that Eben is the best when it comes to engaging teachers and training teachers and stuff like that. Somebody may not agree the same way that they don't agree that Ronkeposh is the best, but that is your business. That is on you. If you say you are the best, you are the best. Own it. Own it. If you're saying I'm the best in technology in my school, without me, nothing is happening in AI. In that my school, I am the best. Own it. Own it. Like I said, AI cannot replace teachers because of intuition, compassion, empathy, not as adaptive, not as, it cannot be inspirational. How can it inspire you? How can AI inspire a pupil or a student in your class? It is creative, but I can always tell you that your human brain, if you put it to work, will be significantly more creative than AI. At the end of the day, it's not the human mind that created the AI in the first place. Emotional intelligence, you will not find it. Motivation, you will not find it. It's not relational. You can't have those interactions with them. In fact, one time I was using ChatGPT. I was having some emotional issues and some problems, and I was like, let me even talk to this Momo ChatGPT. As I talking to it, it was so impersonal. I was like, this one will not even care about me. And it's what you say, if you even tell me that I'm not a therapist and I'm not a medical practitioner, I'm like, yeah, I know now. I just this thing here, chill out now. The thing does not care because it is a robot. It's not designed to be relational or emotional. So the place of the teacher when it comes to that would always exist. Now, when it comes to the elements of this, this is completely another slide from another presentation. So forgive me for that. Now, let's go to the uses of this AI in several ways. When I said that some people are already using AI in their classrooms, in their lives, and they do not know, but they're coming here, they're asking about AI, is because we've got linked the fact that we're already using AI in many ways. So let's go through some of the things. You can use the chat box to tell me the ways that you're already using AI, that people are already using AI. Let's use the chat box as well. As I go through this, you can also give examples so that we can expand the learning and people can learn and take things away from here. So prompting, for example. Now, if you are in primary school, or even any level at any point, and you want to give prompts to your children, you know how you can say a story prompt or a story ending. You can allow an AI, like ChatGPT, to give you prompts. Now, instead of you to allow the children to copy each other and you read boring essays, absolutely the same thing, you can tell me, give me 20 prompts for this essay. You give it a prompt. It's called prompt engineering. You instruct it. Give it the example and analogy you need, and you can get different prompts for your classroom. Personalized learning and study plans. You can also craft it using AI tools. And we'll cover some AI tools after this, but I'm telling you that it is not about tools. It is never about tools. Because I know somebody has pen and paper, maybe I've not even written anything, they're just waiting to write the tools that they will use. You can predict trends, what's going to happen. That's using the algorithms, for example. Even Facebook, you can predict trends, what exactly is going to happen. Using, even from the grades that your children have, the pupils in your class that they have, you can predict the ones that are going to be in group A, group B, group C. Trends. Special needs students, for example, you can use audio, and for there's audio and sensory needs, for example. Some of them want the comprehension, you can allow the Google, somebody should remind me what it is. It will read back to you. Even PowerPoint has it where it can read back to that pupil. Remove outsource mundane tasks, like that lesson plan, for example, that people want to kill themselves on. So easy. Just tell you that you want to do X, Y, and Z. You should create a lesson plan, but this is what you want to do. Again, prompt engineering. You must be able to instruct it because it's not as brilliant as you. It will just give you something generic. But if you need it to give you something robust, you must give it robust. So it's garbage in, garbage out. Whatever you put in is what you're going to get out, the quality of which. So you can use it for grading. Say, for example, we use the EdVest system, for example, for grading. People use, what's it called? The Google, everything just going off my head now, but I know this Google that we're all using. Classroom, for example. Certain questions, the same thing. Quizzes, fact checkers. You know, these days, you can post something online. I don't know if you notice. Especially when you post this scam. Some people can post a scam. They can post something that maybe they will say the Holocaust happened in 2015. We know the Holocaust did not happen in 2015. It will prompt you, and it might even remove that post from social media, and it will tell you that even if it doesn't remove it, at the end of the post, it will put there fact checker that this post is false information, because all this information has been put into this the database for you to check against. So if you're telling the lie these days, somebody can do a fact check and say this information that this person put, is it true? I talk about coding. You can monitor your students in the classroom. You can use social media, TikTok. Children are even learning from TikTok these days. They are learning so much. So when they are learning a particular thing, they will continue to get notifications about your own type of content. So if you're giving them educational content, maybe in history, they will continue to get that type because, again, the algorithm is going to target them. Gamification is another thing that can be happening in the class to make your classes very interesting. Virtual tutors and assistants for homework. So you can have a virtual tutor to teach. I know a lot of people are Japan these days. They are still looking for the Nigerian way of teaching things. They're asking for tutors. So you can actually be a virtual tutor. You can have pre-recorded lessons. You can have chat bots where they can answer questions because there will be a database where it will be pulling from and answering questions. Just like when you log into some websites, maybe you want to buy a domain or something like that, you will see that it will be asking you, my name is Ronkeposh. How can I help you today? Those are all artificial intelligence assistants. Okay, so Grammarly, for example, you might have Grammarly at Le Poche. We always tell them that they should just download Grammarly because if you make any errors, it will help you correct it. And even when you are using your phone and you see autocorrect or autofill or anything like that, it is artificial intelligence. It can even predict. So when you're writing,
please join us in welcoming our next distinguished speaker, Ronke Adeniyi.
It will predict things. All those predictions that you are seeing, that is filling things for you, those are AI. Autocorrect, when you write something incorrect, it has corrected it for you. It's AI. I talk about the automation email reminders. Somebody was talking about email. Okay, what about newsletters? But if you want to do emails and you want to do reminders and you want to have a flow, you can use Zapier, for example. You can even use so many other MailChimp and things like that can do it. We talk about autofill. So language learning, I talk about Duolingo, ChatGPT, again, quizzes, lesson planning, etc. Differentiated learning you can do using Dreambox. Captions is another nice, interesting one. These days, even YouTube can do captions for you. You can put your lesson there, and then YouTube will do captions for you. There's there's CapCut. The Apple phones also have so many apps that will do captions for you. So if you have captions, if a child in your class, for example, is hard of hearing, for example, and they see the caption, they can read and they can flow with you. If you put your content online for sale or for viewing or for whatever reason may be, and the captions are there. In fact, even on social media, I'm sure some of you, sometimes these days, you don't even put the sound on, especially if you have company or you are on a public transport sort of thing, you're just going to be checking the captions on there. Those are AI, because these days you don't type it yourself. It will be generated, it will be auto-generated, which you still need to edit because you will find that it may not understand your accent, it may not understand some of the tenses, so you can put T-H-E-R-E instead of T-H-E-I-R, or T-H-R-E-E. Little examples like that can happen. So even though automation is happening, you still need that human touch to balance it out. Online learning, I don't need to go on about that. Grading, we don't need to go on about that because I'm running out of time. I think I'm about 5 minutes more. So automated grading systems like Turnitin. I learned about Turnitin when I was doing a psychology course a few years ago. And essentially what Turnitin does is that when you've written your essay and you've submitted it, if you have copied and plagiarized from somewhere online and you turn it in, the teachers or the lecturers will put this your essay in this app. This app will tell them where you copied it from. The 419 to tell them that you copied it from here. This was the paragraph or the line that you copied it from. If you copied the reference or anything, it will tell them exactly what you copied, and they can fail you for that. So those sort of things are able to help. Those are artificial intelligence tools, because teachers can no longer, there's information, we are drowning in a sea of information that lecturers, teachers, educators cannot keep on track of these things. So AI can help them know whether you are being deceptive when it comes to your work. So these things save time all day. I've talked about Dreambox, adaptive learning solutions, virtual teaching assistants, AI tools. They're all there. Squirrel AI, all there for us to use. AI-powered tutoring systems are there. Carnegie Learning is there. Okay, Iban telling me I have 20 more minutes. See the way I was rushing. I thought I had 30 minutes to talk. So I had 3 minutes. So, okay, I might not be able to use the 20 minutes because I already rushed through a lot of the stuff. But if people want to ask me questions, that is fine. So I will slow down now that I know that I have 20 minutes. Let me breathe. Let me breathe. Is this thing still working on YouTube? Because I can only see videos on YouTube. I can see videos. I can see. Because I have YouTube open here and I'm not seeing it anymore. Okay. Okay, so let's move on. So here are some tools. If you want to do a screenshot of all these tools and explore them, then it is fine. It's up to you how you want to use it. I know during the COVID, I had so many apps. Then one day my phone was really struggling with space. And I went to check my phone and I realized that, to be honest, half of the apps, I was not even using them. I'm not using half of the apps. The ones that I like and I use them all the time. And the others were just decorative. Even when it comes to creating, content for social media. So we have artificial intelligence when it comes to even creating images, artificial intelligence images. It can write books for you, but you must put your human element into it all the time. You can't just give it full autonomy and full power, because people will know it will be impersonal. So it can help you with that. It can help you to even generate images for your books. The work of the designer is reducing. If you're someone that is very creative, so like me, I love to explore when it comes to images and stuff like that. So you have so many apps that do images, that can do animation, cartoon work for you. Okay, thank you, Doyinsola. All right. Now, what are we talking about? Innovation. So how innovative can you be when it comes to artificial intelligence? The world is your oyster, as they say. When it comes to your classroom, allow the children to explore. Instead of copying notes from morning to night, there's a place for copying notes, but it should not consume your day. It should not be the whole. Let them play games. Let them be creative. Let them touch things. There's virtual reality. They can go on YouTube, have virtual reality experiences of countries, of animals, of environments. They can be in one place and explore so many things around the world. You can collaborate with, even by Skype, by Zoom, on Facebook, on any social media platform. You can collaborate with other schools that have more than you, and you can use their tools and see what it is that they are doing, because collaboration is something that we're going to need in Nigeria. No matter the school, we need to collaborate, because we're going to be able to do significantly more if we're able to collaborate. Imagine you have a Yoruba teacher, for example, or which other ones are pretty scarce. The information on my slides are blurry. I doubt it though. Are they? Expand your screen. Somebody saying no slides. That's definitely not my challenge here. Eben, please attend to that. It's not, I don't think I have those challenges at all. Okay, so those will be network delays. Those will be network delays. So you can imagine having a Yoruba teacher or maybe a Mandarin teacher, all those ones that are in, that you find difficult to get. Imagine having that person teaching Mandarin to 5 schools, and all the children log in online and they get access to the information they have. Even when we come to coding and stuff like that, I know that programmers and coding teachers these days, they programmers and coding teachers these days, they use that strategy where children are on learning platforms, they're not physically in the classroom, and the children are still learning, they're grading their work, they're giving them feedback, they're checking the trends, they're checking how the children are doing, the top 5 or the top 100 in their classrooms, or whatever the case may be. So we can just use this technology to streamline the things that we are using, integrating it, project-based learning, exploration, let them use these tools. Even some of these children, they can use it more than us. Allow them to explore the use of the tools. When you give them homework, every time they'll be giving them homework, cardboard. I was telling them in the school a while ago, I was like, I'm tired of cardboard-based projects. We help. I'm tired of cardboard-based. Maybe preschool can still be carrying cardboard up and down. But when you are talking about senior primary, secondary, and stuff like that, and I see carrying cardboard up and down, paper mache up and down. What are those things that are relevant to our learning these days? Can you tell a child that they can create an app or use a particular app to do something, to do a kind of research, or use virtual reality to bring to life a particular topic? I want to send Eben the slides. You can have the slides. Like I said, information to me is just information. In this world, information is available. So I will download the slides, give it to Eben, and he can share it with everybody that is of interest, because it's just going to sit in my computer. Why can't I use it? Give it to other people to use. And another thing that people don't like to do is they don't like to share. We need to be people that upload information, not download information. People that are consuming information. We should be people that are giving out information in the 21st century. We should be uploaders and not consistent downloaders. We should be producers and not consistent consumers. That's not what we should be doing. So don't worry about even screenshotting the chat. As long as you have access to Eben or you've registered, I will give him the slides and you can have it and use it as you like. Okay. Collaboration, we'll talk about it. Field trips, you can do field trips, and we're talking about virtual reality, guest lecturers coming from around the world to do stuff. And right at this audio, it's your network. Guest lectures or virtual experiences and all those sort of things, we can all have them. Can you imagine a classroom in school A and a classroom in school B, and they're having interactive discussions? What we need to do in that capacity is to, I talked about mindset at the beginning. I don't want them to see what we're doing in our school. I don't want them to see no, if you can collaborate and you can work together and talk together, our children, our pupils, our students can talk together. It enriches the learning experiences of the pupils in your classroom. They bring their own, you bring their own, you add it together, and it becomes a big fire. You need things like that, and that is collaboration. Very, very important. You can even do Google Earth for virtual tours. I can see Deji Balogun talking about that on here. So that's also available online. So, rounding up, adjust your mindset, like I just said. Stop focusing on the minor. Stop focusing on what is irrelevant. Stop focusing on, there are some groups on Facebook that you need to get off them. I personally have left many groups, and some of them I'm there by just out of courtesy, because maybe I know the people that are running the group. It's not that the people that are running groups are bad, but the content that is coming there from different sources. You know how we say in schools that a lot of the problems we have now are parents. It's like some of those groups, a lot of the problems we have there are teachers with poor mindset. So from morning to night, they're complaining about salary. From morning to night, they're complaining about a school order that is a witch. They're complaining about somebody's hair. Those things are going to bring you down. They are an environment. You have to think of social media as an environment. Your environment is not only physical, it's an online space. And I will bring this, which is spiritual. The eyes and ears are the gateway to the heart. If you allow yourself to constantly consume some of the information in those groups, you will become like them. You need to go to groups where they are talking about 21st century things, bringing your education as an educator to life. That's what you need. When they're still talking about what somebody is wearing, when they're still talking about somebody's school is bigger than the other one, when they're talking about who thinks their school is the best, you're wasting your time in groups like that. You need somewhere where communication is superb. Collaboration is easy. You want to do something and somebody wants to partner with you, you want to do it, and you're building, you're being creative, you're inspired. You go there and you're like, oh my God, see what teachers are doing. What am I doing? I'm carrying last. Let me make sure that, let me too do something that is of significance.
Meet our next distinguished speaker, Samuel Effrey, a language educator and teacher's mental strategist with a remarkable 16-year career.
Some teachers will go, it's bye-bye.
As the head of schools at Angels Academy and the lead facilitator at Tom Phonics Academy, Samuel has been a pioneer in phonics instruction.
You'll be like, God, if I had my way, you will not be in this school. And being that teacher that people want to keep, people want to stay because you're adding value. Whenever they give you a job description, know that it's beyond your classroom these days. You can be a millionaire teacher if you know how to use AI tools. People always think as if the next thing is once you're a teacher, go and become a school owner. If I had it to do again, I will not run a school. If I know what I know now, then I will not run a school and I will make significantly more money than what is happening right now. Because the stress is too much. And think about the quality of the teachers that we have in Nigeria today. At least I know that over 1,000 people, 1,100 people registered for this program, and we don't have 200 yet. That tells you something. The Bible says, be doers of the word, not hearers only. It's one thing to register, it's one thing to participate in the learning. Very, very important. So we have to be very, very careful with a lot of the things that we do so that you don't sink. Be that teacher that you are going, they will know you for something. And when my daughter was living year 11 in her school, we were looking for a lesson teacher. And they told us somebody that this man, he said all his students in mathematics always come out with this grade, this. Anyway, he had his profile. And that's about branding. Whether you brand yourself, you don't brand yourself, you branded yourself. They will know you for something. They will know you as dishonest. They will know you as latecomer. They will know you as lazy. They will know you as mediocre. You don't want that in this 21st century. Because even with AI, profiling can happen. Some of you on your Facebook, and that's why I don't really use Facebook as before. Before, consistently for over 7 years, I was posting on Facebook every day. And that is how I built my brand in the education sector. But when it was always, who that this, that person, irrelevant, I moved to Instagram where I have more forward-thinking people. And artificial intelligence can ruin your life if you're not careful. If you're there abusing school owners, the day that somebody is looking for an international opportunity for you and they check your social media and they see that all you do is abuse people, they're not going to get the opportunity because there's something called digital footprints. And they say that the internet never forgets. So you must be careful about the things that you are posting online. Be very, very careful. Profile yourself in such a way that people will know you. On LinkedIn, you should have at least a page. You should have your own personal page. You should have something on the digital space because artificial intelligence is going to come and crawl. There are something called crawlers. They use it on Google. They can find out who you are. When they check your name, they put your name now, Ronkeposh. What comes out? If they put Ronkeposh and it's only Facebook that comes out, you're on a long thing. You're a real long thing. So when we finish this exercise, or if you have a second device, put your name there. Bang, bang. What comes out? If it's only Facebook, that's a red flag. There's problem on there. So make sure that you begin to build when it comes to your brand, when it comes to how you profile and present yourself in a world where artificial intelligence, they say don't judge a book by the cover. It's a lie. Put your best foot forward because don't judge a book by the cover. You may not have the opportunity to present yourself again. But there's too many now who wants to be checking you 2 times. When they check you, they'll just move on. So don't judge a book by its cover until you read me. You will spend time with me. Who wants to spend time with you? When there are thousands of people to profile and check, and they're using computer algorithms now to do assessments, to do psychometric testing, to do all sorts of things, even mental health checks. So put your best foot forward. Appear nice. When you're going somewhere, let them know that you arrived. From the way you look, from the way you speak, from the way you carry yourself, let them know. Because somebody's going to take a picture. Somebody's going to put it online. What are they going to see when you have been put online? So this should be 4 C's, but there's choice. And I put choice intentionally because when it comes to artificial intelligence, there's a lot of choice. If you want to use the Samsung phone, you can be using the Bixby. If you want to use the Apple phone, you can be using the Siri. There's access to Alexa. And there's some that I don't even know about. So there's choice. Don't believe that it's only one particular thing or one particular approach and this is how they do it. A lot of the things that we are doing now are experiential, they are experimental, and they are accidental. People just try 1 and 2 and it happened. So don't think as if somebody has a leg over you because they know how to do something. It is all trial and error. Practicing. If you check my slides, you will see a lot of animation. This was me when I had short hair. I need to update this, by the way, because now I don't have the kind of hair. But this was me when I had. But now I could see that I could create my own Bitmojis for my slides. I love it. Anytime I go and do a presentation, I want to put myself, even though it doesn't look like me. Again, I should find time to update it. But you can use your own personalized things. The same way you personalize the learning for the children in the class. When you personalize, that's the future of education, and the future is now, by the way. When you personalize learning for the children, you realize that there are schools that they will say this is our method of solving a problem in maths. If you have a school like that, you need to be speaking to them or you need to run away. Because why should there be one particular method to solving a particular problem in maths? Because there should be more than one method to solving a problem. That means you are thinking critically. But when you're saying that you cannot prepare your children for certain exams in other schools because other schools do it in a different way, it doesn't make you elitist. It doesn't make you better. It makes you myopic, saying that you can only use one particular method to solve a problem in maths. How did people even begin to solve problems in maths? Is it not by accident and practice? Practicing and using things. Obviously, don't want to bring my whole life history out. Practicing and using algorithms again. We're talking about artificial intelligence. I'm sure on your phone, you will see that it will now take summaries from different, you see on Facebook, you say this time last year, this time in 2022, on the 4th of January, this is what you were doing. I'm sure we all see all those things. That's artificial intelligence. Just now, something popped up on my screen about memories. I quickly hid it in case it's something that I don't want you to see. But I just realized that it's also AI. So powerful. So leverage on it. Anything that is happening in your school, make sure that your children are exploring. There's room for creativity. Stop teaching them one method. Even the screen is blank on YouTube. Stop teaching them things like that. Thank you, GKF. Yes, unfollow negativity in 2024. So these are the things that I'm going to share with you. I've rounded up pretty much. If you have questions, please feel free to ask. Even if you're there, okay, the screen is back on. If you have questions, feel free to ask what I am doing. Thank you. Don't sign me now.
I won't lie to you. I've been like, I don't even know what to say at this point. I am not expecting. This is somebody that is, the love for technology should be our goal every day. And I remember some years back during COVID, we were together exploring different tools. This must work. We must have deliberate passion for technology should be our drive. I do tell people every day that your goal is not to stay on the field you are forever and ever. Your goal is to be involving. Your goal is to be following the trend. And I want to appreciate Ronkeposh. Can you please let's appreciate Ama? Thank you very much. This is outstanding. You are presenting as if you are like, let me use a pro. You are presenting like a pro, like somebody that have been in the field of artificial intelligence for like 10 years. You are like.
If I know Eben, if I know people like Eben, then I better be a pro. If I know Eben.
You've even done almost the two part of it. You've done the theory, you've done the application, and you've also done the aspect whereby you give them the clarity for them to be able to go ahead and put everything into practice. It's all about practicing some of these tools. There are a lot of tools. You even mentioned some professional application, and I was like, who told you about Zapier? I was like, now wow. These are people that don't have time now. I used to think people don't have time, and because they don't have time, somebody like me that I can sleep, I can stay till 3 o'clock to explore a lot of tools. We are the one that will have time to explore. You mentioned TikTok. TikTok is the new home of knowledge. I won't lie to you, more of artificial intelligence tools that I know today, they are from short videos from YouTube. I call YouTube a drip effect towards knowledge. So it will be giving me just tiny 60 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute. By the time I observe that this particular one is interesting, I will go to University of Learning. Guess where's University of Learning? The big platform, YouTube. That is where they will break everything down. you will see everything step by step. But at first, you need to look for an environment whereby there will be a mix of, whether we call it joke, whether we call it socialization, and a mix of learning regularly. There was lots like saying that it's like this TikTok. I don't even like it again. No, I don't like the way TikTok is just a lot of things. And I also remember, TikTok is bringing a lot of new content too. I'm observing a lot of people that are doing a lot every day. There is a guy right now. The guy opened TikTok, I think, as at last year, and he started reporting news. And he's using AI for the content. He's a popular guy, and I know you'll have seen his video before. I think they have even about 2 of them, but he's the one that is verified. He just got verified recently. So even CNN decided to even interview him. That okay, the way you are going about this right now, people go on his page to be able to watch the latest news instead of going on TV station. That's another thing that's going to happen in future. Everything is going to change in such a way that even the way you focus on the bigger picture, I must watch TV to be able to be informed. I must be on Twitter to be informed. I must be on this to be informed. The funniest part of the platform that you don't rely on will be your knowledge-centered platform in the nearest future. People are going there with knowledge to be able to redefine the space, to be able to turn the space to a platform to learn, unlearn and relearn. I want to appreciate you once again. Your depth of knowledge is it's like maybe I'm coming around soon. It's like I'm coming for another.
We have a lot to do together. Thank you all for listening. If you have questions, I will still answer them.
Yes, let's do questions.
On my social media platforms
everywhere,
even on YouTube.
On YouTube,
I have a channel where I also teach at Ronkeposh.
Yes, on YouTube you will have to follow our YouTube. There are a lot of questions coming on YouTube. Practice. Yes, I love that. Everybody have to practice. The next 3 speakers